Clinton called us and congratulated us. I just made him one promise. I promised him that I'd be representing everyone in the 2nd District. There are very few things in this world that are accomplished by going it alone. I never did one mission behind enemy lines alone. In SEAL training, I didn't carry a telephone pole for miles on end, wet and sandy, alone. My wife Tara got the phone call that I'd been seriously injured and I may never actually lay eyes on her again. She wasn't alone. Friends and teammates were with her. This life, this purpose, this American spirit that we hold dear, we are not alone. We do it together. Yes. I remember when this all started. We didn't have much. We were working out of our living room. We just had a dream. We had a dream that we wanted to share with all of you. All we had to do was tell you about it. And I think you heard it loud and clear. We had a family-run operation. My wife Tara, my dad Jim, my stepmom Carmen, and a few volunteers that decided that their mission would be to share our dream, and we got to work. Exactly. My wife and I, we fanned out across the district. We met every voter that we could. My parents dropped everything and spread the word, making phone calls, putting out yard signs, setting up meet and greets. Tara's family, Aaron, Nan, and Terry, you came down, you got us over the edge on March 6th by bringing 2 adorable Dachshund puppies to the polls. I will declare right now that we are a pro-puppy campaign. We're not anti-kitten, just to be clear. I am. We don't take sides on that issue. Many of you didn't even know me at first, but you dropped everything and you came to our aid. You volunteered, you worked, you block walked, you called, you shared the dream, and you're all a blessing from God. I thank you so much. Amen. And our team grew and it grew. I want to recognize a few people. John Noonan, here tonight. He was the man who convinced me to run. He's very upset right now. He's upset because the recent Saturday Night Live controversy has resulted in me having more Twitter followers than he does. So if you are all feeling charitable, please follow John Noonan on Twitter, and you will enjoy his witty and intellectual political commentary. He's really good. He's really good. He introduced me to Brendan and Randon Steinhauser, who gave us the tools and the knowledge we needed to start the campaign, share our dream, and finish strong tonight. Woo! Sue Walden, our campaign manager, she came out of retirement just to help us and lead us to victory. She is a force to be reckoned with. Sydney met us at my parents' house in spring, and she asked to work for free, and we said yes, of course. We couldn't have begun this journey without her. She is exactly the type of young conservative that we need. Leslie with a PhD and an enormous heart. She blessed us with her expertise and her incredible work ethic. You know those red tote bags you guys always see? And hopefully you have one. Woo, Leslie! If anybody doesn't have one, we'll have to fix that. That was her and her husband, Joe Pilati. So, amazing people. Danny. Let's cheer for Leslie and Joe real quick. Danny, Kenneth, Nikolai. Do just about anything we ask, and they can do anything. It's from social media to event planning to policy memorandums. They're just the most. We are so blessed with the most incredible people and the smartest people we can imagine. Kate Kate is our expert fundraiser, and she also might have the best sense of humor in the office, but only after me. I have the best. Basia, she's our our expert social media, our social media expert. You know what I'm trying to say. She's so creative. She's so talented. It's just been an absolute blessing to have her. Alex, he's in charge of our incredibly professional canvassing program. He's an all-around amazing human being. And of course, there are the countless volunteers. Woo! Right?
Yes.
I wish most of them were in this room.
The reason that we're here.
Yes, exactly. The dream that got shared. And I wish I could name you all. I can't. But I will name at least Dan's grands. Dan's grands, this amazing group of men and women, all grandfathers and grandmothers, who voluntarily staff our Kingwood office. It's just the most incredible, just force of nature that we've ever seen. Don't mess with grandstands. Don't mess with grandstands. Never mess with grandstands. Margot, is that your Margot? Margot runs a tight ship of grandstands. This team has worked countless hours, worked weekends, worked themselves to exhaustion just to share our dream. Because that's what teams do. We find our purpose in this world, we find our mission, and then we find each other. When I asked for your vote, I know it was something with deep meaning. Every vote is an element of trust that you place in me. Every vote is another ounce, another weight that sits upon my shoulders. And it reminds me of the enormous responsibility that is service to the American people. Your vote is a message of trust. And it is a trust that I do not intend to squander. Texans are a people that work hard. We make sacrifices, we love our neighbors, we love our country, we live with virtue, and believe in the American ideal, the greatest set of ideas for a free people that the world has ever known. You deserve representatives that believe that and that will embody that. When we all vote, when we all come together in our constitutional republic, every election to cast our ballots, we are deciding what kind of country we want to be. We are making a statement about who we are, what we stand for, and how we are to approach governance. So what do we want to be? Well, let's start with what all Americans, I think, can agree on. We want a stronger economy and better wages. We want American businesses to thrive. We want an environment where a single entrepreneur can change the world with a good idea, without government getting in the way. We want a country where success is praised, not punished. A country made up of citizens with strength and character and courage. We're not a people that shatter at the first sign of offense or hardship. SNL. We want more affordable health care, and we want our doctors in charge, not government bureaucrats or insurance. We want to know that the next time a hurricane comes, our infrastructure can handle it. We want smart, decisive, knowledgeable leaders in Washington with the right experience to take on threats from China, Russia, Iran, and terrorists across the world. We want representatives who understand America's special role in this world, who know that America is a force for good, not congressmen who rush to be first in line to blame America for the sins of others. We want towns and cities where the rule of law is respected, where we value our police and our first responders. We want schools that both educate and protect our children and instill in them the basic values that make our country great. Hard work, personal responsibility, and love of country. Life. We want liberty, equal rights, and we want government to be there to protect those inalienable rights bestowed upon us by God. Yes. Freedom of speech, of religion, of fair trial, and the right to own property and defend ourselves on that property. So the question then becomes, in every election, how do we get there? Our guiding light, our anchor for the difficult decisions that we must make, are America's foundational principles.
Yes.
It's personal responsibility, it's individual freedom, it's limited government, and it's in God we trust.
Yes.
That's written in the halls of Congress to that coin in your pocket. Because we figured out a long time ago, back in 1776, when our founders wrote in the Declaration of Independence that all men are created equal, that in order for a diverse people to live together in a complex society, we must empower the individual, not divide people into tribal groups separated by race or gender or class. The wonder, the miracle of American exceptionalism is the ability of a diverse people to live peacefully together and prosper more than any other nation in the history of mankind. It was this country, it was America, that ushered in a century of prosperity and defeated the murderous socialist ideologies of communism and Nazism. It is America that has stood up for the free market and the idea that you own your own labor and your property, and you are free to enter into an agreement with any stranger should you both benefit from that transaction. It is this simple idea that has caused poverty to plummet and tribal warfare and suffering to decrease to the lowest levels in human history. It is this idea that gives us the miracle of a supercomputer in your pocket, a store full of food to buy cheaply and conveniently, or a home that can be heated or cooled with the flip of a switch. Over 1 billion people have been lifted out of poverty in the last 25 years alone. And the ideas that seek to protect liberty and human rights and prosperity has been underwritten by one country and one country alone, the United States of America. Because America is a compilation of the best ideas from throughout human history. It is the ultimate conservative experiment in the sense that conservatives show a natural gratitude and appreciation of the past trials and tribulations. Jerusalem taught us about a purposeful moral existence under God.
Yes.
Athens brought us the gift of reason. Rome taught us the importance of laws and respect for founding virtues. London taught us that all men are subject to law, even kings, and that balance of power and checks and balances are paramount to liberty. Yes. The lessons of Jerusalem and Rome and Athens and London during the Enlightenment were encapsulated in Philadelphia, where mankind finally understood that inalienable rights were given by God, and that the government's purpose was simply to protect those rights, not change them. We're patriots. Yes. We believe that the ideals that our country was founded on are the right ones. Yes. That doesn't make us perfect. We don't always live up to those ideals, and we have work to do. But when we struggle, and when we feel lost, and we feel as if our country is on the brink, the last thing we should do is throw out the very foundations that our country made our country great. In Texas, we still believe in those foundations. I think that most Americans do. But sometimes we need a reminder. A reminder of the things that bring us together. A reminder of all that is good in this world, and a reminder of the incredible things that we have accomplished, more than any other people in the history of humankind. That's what we voted on today. And as a team, that was the message we spread. It became the dream that we shared. You all became part of that dream, and it caught fire. And people were reminded of the good things, the great things that make up the American spirit. I have great faith that when we leave here tonight, we will not rest. We will not be satisfied with this victory. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep sharing that dream. We're going to keep fighting for the values that made our country great and keep us free. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your trust. Tomorrow, we're back at work, but tonight we're celebrating. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Texas. possibly take pictures with everybody tonight, so this is what we're going to do. I want everybody to get into selfie mode right now. Get into selfie mode, and we're going to take the pictures that way. Get into selfie mode, and let's do it. We're right here.
Hey, I'm ready.
That's not selfie mode. That's not selfie mode.
Hey, look at
That was deep. That was too deep.